Welcome to rSlash Relationship Advice, where OP's girlfriend has an extremely stinky butt. Our next Reddit post is from Top Significance. My wife walked out on me and my daughter 2 years ago, and now she's returned and wants to be a family again. 2 years ago, my wife pulled the classic, "I'm gonna buy some smokes," and just disappeared. She suffered from depression, and I did my best to take the load off her and help her get the help that she needed. She would keep saying how she was sick of everything, even our daughter, and again, I would give her space and try to accommodate every request. Then she just disappeared, took some of her stuff, and she was just gone. I was out to pick up our daughter from school after work, and when I came home, she was just gone. The police got involved, but after 3 days, she called her mother saying that she was fine, but wished for us to not look for her or contact her. It was hard, working, raising our daughter as a single father, trying to explain to her why mom was gone, and not knowing what to say when she asked if mommy would ever be back. At the same time, I appreciated the strong bond that I built with my daughter, and that helped a lot. I never looked into getting a divorce, but around last summer I met a woman, Jill, and we started an on and off relationship. She knows all about my situation, and although we're currently on break, she is still a big help and established a rapport with my daughter as an aunt figure. I was just thinking of getting the ball rolling for a divorce when 2 weeks ago, my wife returned. She was completely apologetic, but she also seemed to have become a new person entirely. She was upbeat, positive, and almost had a glow to herself. She popped back in with, "Hey guys, what did I miss?" After our initial shock, my daughter and I became standoffish. In the most recent days, my daughter has warmed up to her, but I haven't. She tried to initiate intimacy after 2 nights, but I told her I wasn't comfortable about it, and I asked her to move to the guest room, which she did, saying she completely understands. I asked her where she's been the last few years, and she pretty much just toured around the world. I don't even know with what money, and she found herself. I told her pretty bluntly that I was looking for a divorce, and there's already someone else. She said that she completely understands if I hate her now, which I don't, but maybe I could give her a chance to make it up to us. I am torn. I still have feelings for her, and I'm glad that my daughter got her mother back. But how can I trust her not to just walk out on us? What am I supposed to do about Jill? Thanks for everything, but my wife is back. So long, and thanks for the fish. What am I supposed to do now? OP, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes and how I would feel if my daughter just vanished to go explore the world while I raised our daughter by myself. And I think we're talking full-blown restraining order, divorce. I would fight for supervised visits only because I could never know for sure that she wouldn't just take my daughter and leave someday. And I'm pretty sure the courts would probably agree with me because if she just vanishes for 2 years, then, that's the definition of unreliable, of a flight risk. So I can understand why you'd have mixed feelings, OP, and why you're not really sure what to do because this is a really complicated situation. But yo, seriously, for the safety of your daughter and for your own mental well-being, you have gotta cut her off, man. I'm amazed you even let her back into the house. Our next Reddit post is from Otherwise Baby. My husband and I have been married for 7 years. He's a 39-year-old guy and I'm 37. We have a 5-year-old son together. He also has a 9-year-old son from his previous marriage. My best friend, a 36-year-old woman, confessed to me that she and my husband had an affair last year that ended around Christmas time 2023. I had noticed some distance on her part, but she always seemed to have valid reasons. I definitely felt like something was different with her, but I never assumed that it was anything like this. She would still hang out with me and talk with me while she was having this affair. She told me now because she confessed to her husband and she wanted me to hear it from her instead of from him. She's filing for a legal separation from her husband, and in their long talk about their marriage and why it was happening, she confessed to the affair that she had with my husband. During those conversations, I guess I made the mistake of telling her about the romantic things that my husband still does for me and how good he is in bed, and that's the truth. I thought that our relationship was great. I was, and frankly still am, in love with him. I never had any sense that he wasn't attracted to me, that he was interested in other people, or was cheating. She said that it started in October and it was just intercourse. I know that she's been very dissatisfied with her own marriage and love life with her husband because she's talked to me about it several times. At one point, she was even considering divorcing her husband. She would always say that she loved her husband and that he's a good man, but their relationship lacked any sense of romance and he didn't satisfy her sexually. She said that she found herself flirting with my husband at a children's Halloween party in October. She felt very attracted to him and admitted that she was jealous of what I had, but never thought of pursuing him. Then, after the party, she decided to text my husband to ask for advice about her husband and their marriage. We're all friends and we get along, and normally I'd never feel weird about her texting my husband for a man's perspective on anything. However, in this case, I believe that this was just her excuse to start texting him and talking about how dissatisfied she was. She said the text got progressively more and more inappropriate until they were sexting each other. She showed me parts of their text conversations, but I didn't want to look at it. Eventually, they met up in the middle of the week to do the deed. She said they probably met up to do this like 20 times. She claims they talked about it and both felt an extreme sense of guilt, so they mutually ended it around Christmas. My husband is away on a trip with his oldest son right now, just a short weekend trip. My friend said that she told her husband and I now because she knew that he was away this weekend and this might give me time to process. How considerate of her to think of me now. I really don't know what I'm going to say when he gets home. I'm picking them up from the airport in about 4 hours. I feel like I can't move. My mind can't even process everything that I've been told. I've thrown up twice over it already. I'm absolutely devastated and I don't know how to go on. If you were me, what would your next move be? How would you handle things when your husband returned home? OP, if it were me, he'd return home to a locked door and all his stuff on the curb. Personally, I have a strict zero tolerance policy when it comes to cheaters because once they cheat, I don't know how you could possibly trust them ever again with anything. Also, OP posted an update in the comments, basically just to say that she talked to her husband and they've had lots of arguments and fighting and their marriage is on the brink of collapse, but she's not really motivated to post an update right now. So, I guess things aren't looking too good. Our next Reddit post is from Igish. I'm a 27-year-old woman and my boyfriend is 30. We've been together for about 8 years. The relationship started out pretty rocky, and it's been rocky ever since. We have really good times, but also very bad times. I got pregnant a few months into the relationship. We've had 2 kids together, which is the majority of the reason that we're still together, despite everything that we've been through. My partner has a fetish that's getting to be exhausting. He is obsessed with lesbians and wanting me to be bisexual and hooking up with women casually. He made a Snapchat and Tinder pretending to be me, talking to these girls, making plans, and then, when I don't want to meet them, he gets mad, and he says that he'll break up if I don't do it. It's gotten to the point now where if I don't have intercourse with a woman, he says that he won't marry me. But I don't want to do it. I'm not into women. He knows that I just say things in the moment to get him turned on, but I don't actually mean it. I can't do it anymore, but I know that once I stop, there will be no more intercourse or probably even intimacy at all. What do I do? Oh, OP, this is pretty simple. Your boyfriend is coercing you effectively, and on top of that, you said yourself your relationship isn't that good to begin with. I think in general, most kids would rather have parents who are divorced and happy than married and unhappy. So do yourself and the rest of your family a favor and just dump this guy. Also, I just gotta add in the top comment because it's super relevant here. Smitty Science says, gross. That's not a fetish, it's coercion, which is abuse. Yep. Our next Reddit post is from Normal Cash. My best friend has a thing for married older women. Over the years, he's had surprising success in this area. It started when he was 18 and slept with a married 30-year-old woman who had a kid. They were both waiters at a restaurant, and after months of flirting, she slept with him. In the 7 years since, there have been 12 more, all married or engaged, with ages ranging from 30 to 52. In the beginning, I thought this whole thing was funny, but as the years have gone on, I've grown disgusted by this behavior. If we're at a bar and he sees a bachelorette party, he's hitting on the bride-to-be. He coaches his nephew's Little League team just to meet the moms. He's had to leave 3 different jobs because he was sleeping with married coworkers and the husbands found out, leading to confrontations while he was on the job. The last straw for me was last week. I recently got engaged and my fiance's family threw us an engagement party. It wasn't a surprise, so my fiance and I both invited who we wanted, and one of the people I wanted there was one of my former managers at work, Tom. I was a CPA at a big firm, and Tom was a mentor to me when I started. He left to work in a different industry, but we kept in touch and we're still close. Tom is 40 and just the nicest guy you'll ever meet. So he and his wife, who's 38, come to our engagement party. I had never met his wife before, and she's beautiful, by the way. At one point during the party, I see my friend talking to Tom's wife while Tom took a phone call. I immediately go over and interrupt the conversation and pull my friend aside and tell him to not even think about it. My friend says that he wasn't, which was BS, but I thought that he took my warning seriously. I was wrong. A few weeks later, Tom calls me and tells me that his wife has been acting strange since the engagement party, and he went through her phone and found text messages with another guy. The texts included nudes exchanged on both sides, and it was very clear that they had met up for intercourse. Tom had confronted his wife the night before, and of course, it was my best friend who had slept with her. Tom was devastated, crying on the phone. He wasn't even angry, he just wanted to know why she did it, and he was asking me to talk to my friend to get some more details. I called my friend right after I got off the phone with Tom, and exploded on him, basically ending our 20-year friendship. It's been a week, and my friend hasn't stopped apologizing. Other than his despicable behavior with married women, he's been a good friend to me. We've been like brothers since kindergarten. It hurts to throw away someone who's been such a big part of your life, but I just can't be party to this anymore. I'm making the right decision, right? Yeah, OP, I don't even know why you'd want to be friends with a guy like this anyways. Yeah, he's nice to you, but how can you be friends with just a scumbag, someone who's that disrespectful to people? And also, since you're getting married soon, I think you're definitely making the right call by doing this. Our next Reddit post is from Throwaway Shot Lion. I'm a 37-year-old guy, and I can often smell my 35-year-old girlfriend's butt when we're doing it doggy style. The issue's been raised, but the situation remains the same. What am I to make of this? My girlfriend and I have been together for over a decade, but this has always been a problem. If we passionately hug and I'm behind her, then I can smell her butt. It basically smells like she's been to the toilet at some point and hasn't cleaned herself very well. There's nothing to see, it's just the smell. But it's unmissable and present, even though my face isn't anywhere near there. It's rare that this isn't the case. When it happens, it takes me completely out of the moment. It actively upsets me, to be honest, but I play it down generally. Because I love her, I don't want to upset her, and I do want a sexual connection with her. That being said, I've addressed the issue. On some of these occasions, she's noticed something is up, or I've simply managed to sensitively raise it. Her response has always been good. A little embarrassment, naturally, but acceptance and willingness to go and clean herself to some degree there and then. But in the long term, the issue just doesn't change. It's like she doesn't understand that even though this has come up multiple times, there's a trend here. She doesn't generally have bad personal hygiene. Other parts of her body don't smell, and she's not generally stinky or anything. However, she's not a daily shower person, and I'm sure that at least has something to do with the issue. She showers every 2 to 3 days. I can only imagine that she's not cleaning herself well in between. I shower daily, and I'm quite conscious of my own personal hygiene. At this stage, I'm really not sure what to either make of it or what to do about it. We both had numerous previous partners. Presumably, none of her other sexual partners have raised the issue. Is this my problem? I've never experienced this with any other woman, but is this normal? If not, then how do I even approach this now at this stage? When we first got together, I expressed some discomfort at her only showering every few days, and that did not go down well. I have no idea how to speak to her about how she needs to do a better job of cleaning her butt as part of her everyday hygiene routine. Well, OP, if you're looking for tips, I think my 3-year-old daughter has a couple of books about how to go poop on the potty and, how to wipe yourself afterwards. So maybe I could loan you one of these books. They're very informative. They've got cute little cartoon pictures of happy little piles of poop sitting in the toilet and happy little kids wiping themselves. It's pretty simple enough that a 3-year-old can understand, so I'm not exactly certain why an adult woman is struggling with this issue. Man, OP, I think probably your best solution is to just get a bidet. I think everyone should have a bidet anyways. I have 1, 2, 4 of them installed in my house. Pretty much every single toilet in the house has a bidet in it because once you go bidet, you never go away, I guess. I gotta say though, I can't be too harsh on OP because OP, let's be honest guys, OP is a loyal, dedicated man. This poor guy has been, this poor unfortunate soul has been enduring a decade of unwashed butts during intercourse, and he's sticking with her. That is true ride or die dedication. Also, I like the, oh man, I didn't notice the name on this one. This post comes from my shit smells like shit. The commenter says, yep, I had a boyfriend inform me of my swamp ass, and I all but teleported into the bathroom apologizing profusely. All but sandblasted my ass and came back to finish what we started. Since then, the first thing I do before going into sexy times is to wash my butt some more. That was rSlash-relationships, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.